there's a couple of notes that we're going to take, and then we're going to do some discussion. You're going to see some things, and then you're going to be working in group work. So let's first just go over our vocabulary here. So at the very top of your page, I want you to write, this is the very next blank page, I want you to write weather and climate vocabulary. We're going to get a couple words today, and then after today, we're going to be doing some more words, and we'll be adding on to these same pages. Thank you, Trey. So again, weather and climate vocabulary. So our first word is air. Raise your hand and give me your definition of air. Not a scientific definition, just your definition of what air is. What's air? Taylor. Okay, she says oxygen that you breathe. What else? What else is your definition? This is simple. Give me what you know and think air is. Not scientific. A breeze. Okay. Anything else? None of you know what air is? Wind. Okay.
It's like something that moves around.
Okay. Something that moves around.
A special gas.
A special gas.
Force.
A force. Okay. All good answers. So the one that we're going to use is it is what we breathe. It is made of gases all around you. And air is needed by all living things. Air is a mixture of gases. It's not just one gas. You should be writing. And we just have a couple of vocabulary words. And then we're going to move on. Atmosphere. What's atmosphere? Let's break this word down. First of all, what does sphere mean?
Circle.
It's a circle. Atmos means air. So what is sphere? Atmosphere.
Circle air.
A circle of air. So what is the atmosphere?
A circle.
Where is it located?
On the air.
It's located
In the sky.
around the earth. Very good. So it's a blanket of air surrounding earth, and it's made of gases. It is there to help plants and animals. In the song that you learned, we learned that the atmosphere is your protector. It protects you from meteors. It protects you from the heat. It protects you from too much oxygen. It protects you by keeping the temperature something that is, you don't remember your song?
I remember
There's more. While you're writing and thinking, you can tell me the 4 layers of the atmosphere. You can either go from the top to the ground, or you can go from the ground to the top. Well, what are you doing, from the top to the ground or from the ground to the top? Sierra. What are you doing, top to ground or ground to top? Okay, ground to top. Troposphere. Up or out, Andre?
Troposphere.
Uh-huh.
Stratosphere.
Stratosphere.
Mesosphere.
Mesosphere.
Exosphere.
Well, nope.
Thermosphere.
Thermosphere. Exosphere is the one that's out of this world. We don't really talk about that one. So from the top to the ground, it's, what's the top one? Look at, where should you be looking? Where Andre was looking, where should you be looking? Your rat. Look at them then. I want everyone turning to them and looking at them. Go and look at them right now. Okay, so from the top, what's the top one?
Exosphere.
Well, that's one out of this world. Out of the four that we talked about, what's the top one? Thermosphere. Then what? Mesosphere,
Stratosphere.
stratosphere, troposphere. So it's T, M, S, T. Say it with me. T, M, S, T. T, M, S, T. T, M, S, T. T, M, S, T. Do it. T, M, S, T. T, M, S, T. T, M, S, T. What's the top one?
T.
What's the top? What's the T?
T.
What is it? Thermosphere. Mesosphere. Stratosphere. Troposphere. All right, let's take a look at the video.
Wait, I'm not.
See if you can remember it and sing along.
Oh my gosh.
Cut for the atmosphere, it's a gas. Inhale, exhale, yeah, you need the gas. Cut for the atmosphere, it's a gas. Inhale, exhale, yeah, you need the gas.
How many are there?
There's four. There's four. There's four.
Where we starting?
From the top to the ground. Exosphere, thermosphere above your crown. Mesosphere, stratosphere. Troposphere is the lowest in your town. Troposphere is where we've been. Nitrogen and oxygen. It's all day, it's all time, it's all of our season. The stratosphere, the airplanes, aircrafts are flying. Ozone is all out. Look at the clouds and clap for the atmosphere. It's a gas. Inhale, exhale, yeah, you need the gas. Metosphere, the middle, way out our airflow. It's astronauts and shuttles. It's thermosphere. Oh, now you probably know all four. Not the Bravos or the Concords. Atmosphere layers is what it's for.
How many are there?
There's four. There's four. There's four. There's four.
You got the best flow?
T-Dubs got the best flow. Y'all must be special. Thermo to tropo. Atmospheric flow. Y'all know something about this though. It's your protector. Oxygen and pressure. For meteors and the heat. Keeping the temperature something that is sweet. Caught in my laughter, I'm just happy to teach. Caught in your laughter, you really think this is sweet. Now you probably know all four. Not the Bravos or the Concords. Atmospheric layers is what it's for.
Everybody.
And there's four. There's four. There's four.
Turn up time.
There's four.
Turn down.
Turn up. That Cody says I look good.
From the top to the ground. Exosphere, thermosphere above your crown. Mesosphere,
Where
stratosphere.
are we?
Troposphere is lowest to get down.
From the top
To the ground. Exosphere, thermosphere above your crown. Mesosphere,
What's next?
stratosphere.
And
Troposphere is the lowest to get down. Now you probably know all four.
What's the top one? Thermosphere. Mesosphere. Good. Your next vocabulary word, nitrogen. What's nitrogen? It's a gas. Good. Anything else? Do we breathe it? Do we breathe nitrogen?
No.
Actually, it's 78% of our air. It's more than we breathe oxygen. an element? There's something called the nitrogen cycle. We breathe in nitrogen and then we let out nitrogen. When we breathe, we take it in from the atmosphere. We let it out, we release it to the atmosphere because plants and animals need it. When we die or animals die, they release it along with plants. They release it as well. There's also something called nitrogen fixation. That comes from the lightning in the sky. When that happens, it releases it into the earth. It gets back into the ground, goes into the plants. Who eats plants? Animals, which are us. We eat them, we take in the nitrogen, and we also breathe it in. We release it out by breathing out. And when animals go to the bathroom, do they go to a toilet, wipe themselves, and say, "Oh, I just made a little tootsie"? No, they go right in the earth, which goes right back down into the ground, and then gets put right back into the environment. Your next vocabulary word is oxygen. What's oxygen? Stuff you breathe. It surrounds us so that we can live. Good. It comes from the trees. Excellent. Animals breathe it in. It's made during what? What process?
The cycle of
When plants let it out, what process is that? Photosynthesis is on the board. I thought you said it. Go ahead and write it. Animals breathe it in. It's made by plants during photosynthesis.
I love you like this. I ain't know you were looking at me. Can you say butt? Oh, I thought you said her butt.
And your last word is carbon dioxide. What's carbon dioxide? What's carbon dioxide?
Stuff I don't like.
Stuff you don't like. You shouldn't like it. Which is why your body lets it out as a waste. How do we let out carbon dioxide? Whenever we breathe out carbon dioxide. When animals die, it releases from our skin and our pores. It releases from our pores, period. It's a waste. It's breathed out or exhaled by animals, us being animals also. It's used by plants along with water and sunlight to make food and oxygen. Who needs oxygen? We do. Who needs carbon dioxide? Plants do. So one man's treasure is another man. One man's waste is another man's treasure. Our waste is what? What is our waste? Which one of these are our waste? Carbon dioxide. Whose treasure is it? Ladies. It's the plants. What's the plant's waste? Oxygen. Whose treasure is it? Ours. You see how we work with the environment? Once you're done writing your last vocabulary word, será los cuadernos. I just did it.
Oh. I didn't know what you were saying.
Close your notebooks. Será los cuadernos.
Do you read? See, Miss, do you know how to speak it?
Do you know how to speak English fluently?
No, I have to speak like better.
What did you say?
Yes.
Hold on. Hold on. Ready?
Alrighty. Are you done with this? Because when you are, you can close your notebooks up and just set them aside for a second. And we'll be putting them back in the basket.
Oh, I can't see her.
So again, carbon dioxide is exhaled by animals. Who are animals? Just your cats, your dogs? Just your deers? What else are animals? We, us. We're animals. Can I move from here, please? Come on, let's write quickly.
Can I like sure
You cannot use the bathroom during my instruction. You have to wait. Don't wait a minute, try to give me an excuse. That paper that I passed back, those need to go in your notebook, so if you didn't put them in there, you need. I'm moving in 10 seconds. 9,
I
Eight.
can't finish it to the second.
7, you need to get it from your partner. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get it from your partner. Does the air change?
Yes.
Yes, you say, give me an example of the air changing. What is a thunderstorm?
Maybe pollution.
Pollution? Heat? Can you hear that? Zoe, what'd you say? Oh, Kristen?
During the winter?
During the winter? Does the air change daily?
Yes.
Yes, give me an example of how the air changes daily. And we can say, ladies, we can say daily like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or daily like within the day. You said when? You said day and night, but the weather good, the weather does. No, when you get up in the morning, it's kind of chilly. During the day, it kind of heats up. In the evening, it gets kind of chilly again. Exactly. So daily, if you see here, too much extra talking, this is our forecast. Actually, last night it was 57. Today it's up to 60. And if you look during the days, Wednesday is going to be raining down to 41. So yes, it does change daily. Pardon the screen, it just gets weird on us. What about long term? Does the air change long term? Does the air change long term? Like over a longer period of time, does the air change? No? It can change daily, but can it change long term? How? Give me an example. The seasons. When the seasons change, the weather changes. Now the purpose of us learning this, Yesenia, is so that we understand and we can take care of ourselves. Our health and remaining in good health is dependent upon our monitoring of the atmosphere, our maintaining air quality, and our stewardship. What does it mean to monitor the atmosphere? Christian.
You watch it and see it.
And why do we do that? Why do we do that to maintain good health? Give me an example of a way that you monitor the atmosphere to maintain good health.
To let you know, like, if it's going to be cold or something.
Okay.
Like, so you won't get sick, and if you get sick.
Exactly. You monitor the atmosphere so you can know what the weather is going to be like, so you can know what to wear. If it's going to be 20 degrees today, you are not going to come to school in your tank top and your booty shorts and flip-flops. You would come to school like that anyway, but you would definitely not come like that on a 20-degree weather day, right? You would have a scarf on, some type of jacket, even something on your head. All right. What's maintaining air quality? Quality is how good something is. What's maintaining the goodness of the air? What does that mean? To make sure the air is clean. And the government has set out laws, the Clean Air Act and the Clean Water Act, to make sure that companies and people are not polluting the air. This is why they stop smoking in certain areas. Whatever you have, put it away. You can't smoking and pollutants in the air to stop to help us to breathe better. What is stewardship? People working together. For instance, when we're in here, I should not go spraying perfume and hairspray because it will mess up your air quality. If you have asthma, if you have allergies, things of that nature, we shouldn't do that out in the ozone because it messes up our ozone layer. Yes. Yes, exactly. Quiet. Pesticides and things like that, yeah. Let's take a look at a short video about the quality of our air. Andre, stop following me.
Change. If there's any one single word that sums up our atmosphere, it's that. Change. From sun to storm. From frying to to freezing. When it comes to the atmosphere, that life-sustaining envelope of gases which surrounds our home in the universe, change is it. And of all the ways in which our atmosphere is changing, none are more critical than those taking place in its composition, in the mix of gases from which it's made. Our atmosphere, the air which sustains us and so many other living things, is a mixture of nitrogen, oxygen, and other gases. During the Earth's long history, this mixture has changed dramatically. The air we breathe today is very different from that which surrounded the planet long ago. Its composition has been changing ever since the planet was formed billions of years ago. However, scientists now believe that the rate or pace of this change has increased dramatically during the last 200 years or so. This speed up began with the birth of the Industrial Age and the accompanying increase in pollution that the ever-growing number of factories began pouring into the atmosphere. The atmosphere's composition has changed more during this brief span than ever before in human history. Unfortunately, many of these pollution-produced changes have been tremendously harmful.
So it's safe to say that our quality of our air have changed, correct? Why? Because of pollution. But do we need factories?
Yeah.
We need factories. They make the shoes we have on our feet. They make the clothes we're wearing on our body. They make the food we eat. They help transport the food we eat. So we are dependent upon these types of fuels and gases for what we need, but does it also hurt us?
Yes.
Yes, it does also hurt us. So let's take a look at a short video about our dependence on these things and how it affects our environment and quality of the air. It's very short.
Fossil fuels are non-renewable. One major problem with our dependence on fossil fuels has to do with the fact that as non-renewable resources, they will disappear. There is a limit to these fuels, and they will run out. Another problem is associated with the burning of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are polluting to our atmosphere. When fossil fuels are burned, gases and chemicals are released that can harm the atmosphere. The atmosphere is made up of a variety of gases, including oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide. It is the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere that acts like a blanket, helping to keep the Earth warm by trapping radiant energy from the sun. Radiant energy travels through the atmosphere, strikes the surface of the planet, and some of this energy is reflected back towards space. The carbon dioxide in the atmosphere helps to reflect some of this heat energy back to keep the planet at the right temperature to maintain life. However, when too much carbon dioxide gets into the atmosphere, the blanketing effect is increased, causing too much radiant energy to be trapped. This is called the greenhouse effect. You have probably walked through a greenhouse at one time or another and thought the temperatures were much higher than those outside the greenhouse. If we take 2 fish bowls outside and fill the bottoms with sand, and then set them in the sunlight for a while, we can perform an experiment. Put a thermometer in each bowl and wait about a minute before taking its temperature. Then, place a sheet of glass on top of one of the bowls and wait about 15 minutes. Then compare the temperatures again. The bowl with the glass on top is helping to capture some of the radiant energy in the same fashion as the carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. So, as cars, trucks, factories, and power plants release more and more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, this contributes to a buildup of greenhouse gases and increases the greenhouse effect.
Do we need those factories? Yes. Do we need to breathe? Yes. And as we're breathing, we're releasing carbon dioxide. And the more trees we cut down, the less trees there are available to absorb that carbon dioxide that we're breathing out. So then we're again breathing in If there's not any trees to absorb our carbon dioxide, then who's gonna breathe it back in? We are, and it's waste. Understand? It's like going to the bathroom and having nowhere to put that. It's a waste that comes out of us. All right, you are in 4 groups. You're not doing anything right now. You're just gonna listen for a second. Groups 1 and 3 are gonna have the same task, and groups 2 and 4 are going to have the same task. Do not write anything. I'm going to explain to you what it is that you're going to be doing. I'm going to go over the rules for the groups, and then I'm going to release you to do what you're supposed to be doing. Groups 1 and 3. In a moment, you are going to label your chart. That's right up here. In labeling your chart, you're going to label it healthy environment. And then you and your group members, and you and your group members alone, are going to cut and draw. We're not printing anything. You're going to cut and draw pictures that demonstrate clean air. There's magazines over here, and you're drawing. You must have 6. So there must be 3 magazine pictures and 3 drawn pictures. You have to discuss with your group images that represent clean air. For instance, a little kid playing outside would represent clean air because we would let kids play out in clean air, but we wouldn't let them play out in smog and polluted air, okay? Groups 2 and 4, again, you are going to label your chart up here, unhealthy environment. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut and draw 6 total pictures, 3 from the magazine and 3 that you're drawing. Everyone's pictures will be colorful. And you're going to get pictures of images that represent or that show change in the air quality or the negative. So think about things that affect your breathing and things that affect your eyesight, your seeing. You're going to look for pictures that do things that affect those for the negative. Any questions? Here's the rules. Your groups can only communicate with those in your groups quietly. You may not share answers or communicate with any other group. You understand so far?
Ma'am.
All right, so let's pretend I'm telling you that you're ordering pizza and you and your group must decide what you want on your pizza. Right now, show me how you're going to discuss with your group what to get on your pizza. You're not showing me, you are not showing me because you're not even working with your group. Sierra, you're not talking to your group. You're not talking to your group. Alright. That's exactly how you need to be working. When you are finished, you need to be cleaning up as you go. Hold on. There should be no, look over here. When you're getting magazines, listen up. I don't want you coming over here pushing magazines all over the place and leave them there. Take the magazines to your seats and write it out. Look through it. If you don't need it, come bring it back and stack it up. My room is neat and I expect it to be that way. When you are finished, let me know because we need to get it taped up to the wall. Any questions? When we break up into groups, you can ask to go and it'll be on a one-on-one basis. All right? Go ahead and get to work.
Can we just